This conference will now be recorded.
We are recording. You are ready to go whenever you so choose.
Okay, we will call to order the regular city council meeting of Richland, June 27th, 2022. Roll call, all are present, and we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Go.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Whoops, I'm sorry. Not really.
Yeah.
Okay, before you have the agenda. Are there any comments, additions, or corrections?
Madam Mayor, you can cross out number 2 under new business homestead covenant discussion. We're gonna table that until next week.
Okay,
I think that's all the changes that I have.
Yeah, we had a discussion, but.
okay, anything else, any comments?
None for me. Move to approve the agenda with the change.
Second.
Motion by Lawrence, seconded by Chad to approve the agenda with one deletion. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Consent agenda items is the regular council meetings and approve closing of Broadway Avenue Farm City Days.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Jody, seconded by Chad to approve the consent agenda items. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'm gonna jump right down to Sam Jewett, semi-parking.
Does not appear to be here.
Okay. For the record, I had a discussion with Sam about the semi. It was a fine discussion, so I'm not sure what he was wanting, but maybe he'll come later, who knows?
Yeah.
He knew at 6:30?
Yep.
Okay. Then we're flying right along here, Care Center report. Dave Dunn is not here. We can quickly look through the report provided. And Lauren, if you have anything to add.
Sure. I would say only two things. One, attendance is down a little bit, thus the finances are down, which is,
Census.
yeah, the census is down. Really to break even, because we closed 5 beds, so we're down to 45. We really need to have 42 residents to break even, and we're at 37 right now. A lot of referrals, but people just aren't signing up. But they do have 3 interviews tomorrow, but they're all hospice. So that could be a week or.
Could be a week, could be 2 years.
Yeah. So, that's a good thing, but I think that's about it. That's on the agenda for again, they're having a hard time staffing. I guess I can say that also, RNs, and they did hire a half-time RN. Otherwise, things are going well over there. No citations from the state or from the audit's not done yet. Hopefully by July it'll be done. He did mention he's working with you on one thing.
Yeah, the only thing that I'll add is that, there's 2 payments that are in their AP system that we can't gel. We can't figure out who paid who or where it came from. And that's the last thing holding up the Care Center audit, which is the last thing that's holding up
our audit.
So I'm working with Lindsay and trying to take care of that. So that will hopefully I'm hoping this week we can tie that up. But Sarah Jo and I spent a couple hours last week trying to find the funds, and we can't see it coming into the city's budget. So we don't know if it was assigned and didn't come out, or if there was actually a check cut. And so that's what we're trying to work through, is to find a check number so we can search some invoices and stuff.
Yeah, according to Lindsay, it looks like they made 2 payments in October.
Yeah, and we don't have the payment coming in. So, yeah, so I don't know where that falls in, but.
Interesting.
Then the only other thing I have is that, we signed all the documents with Mr. Gish and he passed all his background stuff and he is ready to go for the 7th of July. And that's all good to go. So he will be ready to go.
And he'll be our
Which is a good thing.
intern.
Yes, yep.
So he lives close.
No.
I don't know where he
Seems like
lives.
anybody that don't live.
No,
close.
so basically part of the agreement is he's staying in a hotel in Wasika or Albert Lee. I don't know which one he's decided, but that's the,
So it's mileage and,
yeah. And
Per
then
diem and hotel.
travel time and,
yeah.
Yikes.
yeah, so the faster we can move on the process to
Yep.
find a full-time person is, important, so.
I did ask about the cost of that, how it compared to the last time we had to have one. And it sounded like, because we had that, the group help me out.
AHI,
Yes, and they were expensive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a,
she said, yeah, they said that their fees were all broken out by expense, whereas AHI wasn't, it was just one fee.
Mhm.
Where they
right,
actually broke it out where here's the per diem for this, here's the per diem for that, here's the per, so it's probably within a certain percentage with probably market increase since the time we had the last person.
Yeah.
So,
and we don't need that group at this time.
no,
Because we've got the interim.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can find somebody. The ads are out, Tony, I assume?
I believe so, yeah, cause AHI was gonna do Indeed and a few other marketing things for us at their expense,
Okay.
so.
We get them for about a year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
For the record, I'm disappointed he wasn't here because I told him I would save my speech till he was here at the council meeting, but, for the record, I think we all appreciate, the job that he did for the care center.
Mhm.
Fixed a lot of things. I'm sad to see him go.
Yep.
They were a good team down there. So hopefully, if you see him before he leaves on the 7th or 8th,
Mhm.
8th, is it?
Friday the 8th, isn't it?
Yeah, if you
I think so.
can, make a point of maybe stopping down and thanking him.
Mhm.
Yeah, we wouldn't be where we are right now if it hadn't been for his experience.
He's left the care center in a better position
Absolutely.
Yeah.
than when he arrived.
Yes,
It's much
Yeah.
better.
and the staff is sad to see him go, and that speaks volumes.
Mhm.
So with that, is there any other comments about the care center report? Any questions? No.
I'll make a motion to accept the care center report. I'll second that.
Motion by Chad, seconded by Jason to approve the care center report. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. People service.
Hi guys.
Shell.
She bounces right up
She
there.
I know, I'm like ready, I've been here all day.
I've been
I'm ready to go.
You went out of here, right? Okay.
Okay, the diamond mapping, I'm trying to get it, so Braden and Eric and you guys will be able to use it in the office here. So you won't be able to add to it, but you can, view it, and I'll put on your water stuff and fire hydrant stuff and all that, so
Okay.
water meters.
Are you
Septic.
done now? Are you done with it?
My whole part of it, the sewer parts and the plant is done.
Okay, great.
So all now is just water gate valves. I have fire hydrants on there, but I don't have them listed on what they are, so. But yeah, pretty much my
Good.
whole area is done.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
So, and then if they can use it, that'd be great.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, turned out pretty good. The pump was all checked out, that big storm pump, sewer pump. Oh, I'm trying to think what all happened. Oh, it was biosolids hauling season last month in May, so that was done, 67,000 gallons. And yeah, it went really well. Yeah, it went real good. So I turned the knives around. I don't know why I wrote next spring. It's supposed to be next fall.
Okay.
Fix the knives, turn them around, see if we need any new ones. But yeah, everything ran real smooth.
So twice a year we do that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Last year it was only one time. I only did it in the fall because I wasn't here in the spring. So that's why it was so much.
Okay.
This time it was normal amount, 67 to 72,000 is normal for a haul. All the samples are good. I did that smart salting for the MPCA. I did that online class. It was like 2 hours free. But yeah, they had a lot of good stuff on there. So yeah, anybody, they'll have more coming up and anybody can look at it. That one's a really good one for councils and administration. So just kind of tells you the ins and outs
Okay.
about salting and how much it costs and what it does. And yeah, it was pretty good.
That was based on that survey we had to,
But yeah, there's like 4 different types of online classes to take and it's free, so I did it.
okay.
It's 2 hours on a rain day. Yeah, so kind of helps you out to figure out what to do. I don't know, I cut the trees on the fence line out there. That was a hoot.
I got something to cut at my house.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell ya. And then I attended a week-long or 3 days in Iowa on OSHA and operations refresher, safety, and all that. And yeah, People Service purchased a lawnmower, a Husqvarna 42-inch.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I got a new lawnmower out there.
It's better than the one that was out there.
Is that where it's gonna be stored, Shell? You keep it out
Yeah.
there? You got room for it?
Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
big shed. I've got the big shed cleaned out, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, looks real
Good.
nice. So yeah, I'll keep it in there and it should be good. Otherwise, yeah, the only other issue is on the sewer main on Balsam. That manhole on the end of Balsam, yeah,
Mhm.
that's the only one, but I have to have Jetter Clean come and push it out of there. Just can't do it with a fire hose.
Okay.
It's to get in it, so.
Me and Shell had a conversation about it
Yeah.
today, and so we've got a plan going forward, and we'll take care of that problem.
Yeah, we'll get it.
There's a
fixed.
homeowner that needs to be notified of some problems with their sewer line, so we're gonna take care of that so that they're
Yeah.
aware and that we kind of take some liability off the city
Wow.
and then fix the rest of the problem, because that's complicating the problem that's there. So we'll get that taken care of, and
Tree roots causing the problem?
No.
Or- No?
just the way the pipe
Just
is
the
put
way the
together.
pipe was put in,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But,
We're sure the homeowner knows about it, but we're gonna just follow up with some
absolutely.
yeah,
mailing so that they're aware from the city's end.
yeah.
Documentation.
Yeah, it's just good to do that. That way everyone kind of, you'd have the same piece of paper for any time it happens.
Yeah.
you
Right.
know,
Mhm.
Nothing different, it's always the same,
Right.
so. But yeah, otherwise that's about it. Any questions from anybody?
No?
People Service treating you well?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Shell got her under control, I promise you that.
Yeah, yeah, I got it under control. Yeah, it's going good.
All right. I move to approve the report.
Second.
Motion by Lauren, seconded by Chad to approve the People's Service Report. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Opposed? Carried. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I would love to stay, guys, since you
Oh,
see
yeah.
the woman
We
that I
know
got
you
Yeah,
out
do.
here.
yeah.
It's been great.
Happy 4th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too,
It's-
yeah. I finally get to come to Farm and City Days.
Oh.
All
I'll
right,
actually have
We'll
off.
see you around then.
Yeah,
We'll be
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll be watching.
Bye.
yeah.
We'll be watching.
Be watching the water.
Yeah.
Who's got a good vantage?
Water and street report. Braden is here in the absence of Eric. Looks like you've been busy.
Oh, yeah. So our project's completed. We handed out 23 blue cards to the residents this month. 3 shut-offs due to non-payment. Weekly maintenance at the parks and the library, water plant, St. Ol. We finished painting the adopted drain on 6/8. put down red mulch on Broadway. Fixed the farmer's hydrant, put a new sink in the ladies' bathroom, 6-7. A new gator came in the second. That thing's awesome.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
You're not racing up and down the street, are you?
No,
I haven't even seen it out yet.
Now that you mention it.
They actually,
Define racing.
Yeah.
they actually got it the day of one of the playoff baseball games, so they put it out on the corner, and before we even got to use it, it was just caked in dust.
No.
So,
Sand Lake ladies' bathroom was vandalized on 6/13 and the men's a little bit. And that was completed and reopened on the 21st. And we painted the L curves 6/22.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah.
It's nice to see them painted.
the adoptive drain ones look nice.
Yeah, they look good too.
Yeah.
Hey, is the farmer's hydrant that one down by Country Neighbors?
Yep.
Right between
The
that
overhead.
and Morgan's.
Wasn't sure.
Minnesota Pump has our booster pump too. They're looking over it, decide if we need to get a new one or if it's worth rebuilding that.
Where is that pump located?
In the water plant.
Water plant, okay.
EPA school crossing sign, $3,178.75 each.
Is that the one we're talking about doing out on the edge of town? The slow,
I can't remember for sure. I think that's just on there for continuing. I know we were talking about it last month. I think it's just.
that is the one then.
Yeah, continuing recommendation. So we don't need to do anything with it, I don't think.
Okay.
But I'm trying to find some grant opportunities for that, so.
Good.
Prime Poly Solutions, $1,575 on the south side of the concession stand.
Did he make a recommendation to do that? Eric? I'm not sure.
What,
That's
Which
on the side of
concession
the,
stand?
it must be the Legion Field, the cement
Oh, we did
Inside or
talk
outside?
about that.
outside.
We
where
talked
it's the
about that.
toll
Yeah, we
catcher.
talked about fixing that.
Mhm.
I think
As
it's on
long
the
as
north
we're
side,
talk-
Actually.
As
Huh?
long,
I think it's on the north
I think
side.
it's the,
I think it's the north side we
Yeah.
talked about, the
I'm
win,
not
by
sure
the
it's on north
women's.
side.
isn't it on towards the softball field on the backside of the concession stand? I think that's the one that's sloping down like that towards the concession stand.
Yeah.
They wanna
Jack.
jack it up.
We're gonna jack it.
Foam or something.
With, that poly foam, they squirt underneath
Yeah.
it and then it levels it out.
Since we're talking about Legion Field, I would like to talk to you and Eric about those boxes in the women's bathroom. They have to be moved.
Okay.
I've had some comments about it, so I checked it out, and yeah, when you stand up, your nose is right in it.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to do one of two things. We either need to figure out a different location in the stall for those, or as I looked at it, and it's probably a after summer project, but I think those stalls could be made bigger. At least bring them north a little bit. There's just not enough room in there.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
I'll go out there with those guys and we'll figure out something.
yeah,
I
it's
guess, yeah,
not
remember, it has
working.
to be handicapped, they gotta be able to get a wheelchair through there too.
Yeah, well, I think you can still come out a ways. That's a pretty big gap in the front there, so
Yeah, I've never been in
hopefully.
there, so.
And then not only that, but the one on the west side, when you walk in and it's on the right, I'm wondering if we could widen that one a little bit and make that one more handicap accessible.
Okay.
But Tony, you can
Yep, I gotta make it a note.
look it over with them.
Good idea.
I just had to check it out because I had gotten comments about it. Like, oh yeah, I can see why.
Okay. Tyne-Well Company, new flow meter for diagnostics, $3,600, waiting for another bid. That is at Well House 2 right now, and we want to get it over to the water plant. So we have all three right next to each other.
That makes sense.
Hewlin Brothers School Patch, $1,487.50, and Neighbors Meat, $7,890.
So those we probably should discuss. So the school patch, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the
Entrance.
west side.
Mhm.
Yeah, west side. And then Neighbors Meats where they redid everything on the north side of the building there.
Mhm.
That patch that goes right there is all breaking up and not in good shape.
When was that patch done? Do we know?
I don't know if that's ever been patched. That's probably just from
That's
the road.
Probably
breaking up.
original.
Okay.
So,
So you need approval on doing these two?
well, I talked to Eric about it and we think that those things are things that really should be addressed sooner than later. I don't know specifically what you guys had budgeted as far as where, I mean, you budgeted a substantial amount of money towards capital stuff. So I'm not worried that we won't have the ability to pay for it. It's just a matter of where you want to put those funds. But I think that adding this amount of street repair to those two locations definitely makes sense for.
Out of capital.
And they'll be able to do that when they do Balsam,
I would assume we'd be at Hewlin's disposal whenever they're in town, they would do
because
those.
I think they're the ones that are doing
Yep, right.
Balsam.
Okay.
Think so? Yeah.
Yeah. So they would, whenever they mobilize to New Richland, they would hit all those spots.
Okay.
All taken care of.
So you're recommending doing this because if we don't, it'll just get worse.
It'll get way, way worse.
Okay.
It'll cost more.
And it'll cost. Which makes sense to do it now.
I'll make a motion that we fix the two spots
Second.
And take out of capital.
and take out of the capital. And I also talked to Eric and they're having troubles finding the basin down on Main Street.
Okay, just a minute, let's finish this
Oh, yeah.
one.
Oh,
I got
sorry,
an
I thought,
update on that actually.
A
we
motion
voted,
by
sorry.
Chad, seconded by, was it Lauren?
Yes.
Okay, to approve patching these two patches, Tony. Any other discussion on that?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Eric called me this morning and said that the county believes they found the stuff to fix that spot on
Oh,
South
good.
Broadway. And he's thinking maybe next week.
okay.
Kinda close.
Yeah, but it's gonna be, he said 5,000-ish to fix it, and he thinks that's probably our share. So, just an FYI, it's gotta get done. I mean,
Boy,
Well,
absolutely.
yeah, you can't leave it.
I was hoping that would be done before Farm and City
Well,
Days.
if it's not done by Farm and City Days, we're gonna fill it in with
Yes,
gravel,
yeah,
so
no, I
it's not a
agree.
hazard.
I
So
talked to Eric about that too. I said it needs to be a non-hazard for pharmacy days, so.
See, on that same note, I sent Doug Christopherson an email asking him to check in to see if, being that that was retired when they did Broadway, and there was a dip that had all that water sitting in there, if when they do retire the patch, if they could go all the way across and fix that.
And they
dip.
can't because of something underneath the road, and I'd have to let Eric explain to
Yeah,
you
that
why
was
that
just-
it can't be done, but.
That
So-
was discussed last.
When they did Main Street, there's a culvert that's under there,
Mhm.
and it's got another culvert inside over the other culvert.
Hmm.
That's why the dip is there.
But why can't they just level it off?
Because I think that in order for that to happen, I think they would have to remove that whole thing and put a new culvert in and do it over again. I think the problem is that outside culvert is collapsing is what
It
you're
collapse
seeing.
more probably,
is what
and
you're
just
seeing
dip
that dip
again.
from.
Okay, that
Yeah.
that makes sense then. I
That's
understand
what
that.
we need to
Yeah.
remove.
So once I have the sheet on that, I'll send it to you, let you know what the actual cost is. We weren't 100% positive if that was the full cost or the split cost, but that worst case scenario, it's gonna be 5. So.
That's
Well, we
good.
expected something, so.
Yeah, I figured if we got by for 3 to 5 weeks, that was pretty
That's decent.
decent, so.
VP Cass, VP.
Did we vote on that?
Not VP.
What's that?
Did
All
we
in
just vote
favor,
on
say-
the,
Yeah, we did.
did we?
So then we went to that.
And that was just discussion between us about that.
Okay,
I mean, did we vote on the patching?
yes.
Yes, we did.
I know, okay.
Alright.
Time to wake up.
And then 30
Thank you.
hydrant markers for $792.22.
And I think that'll finish the town.
Yes, that'll be.
Everyone will be marked in?
What's that?
They'll all be marked then? I
Yep, every single one of the bid bills will be marked.
think that's a good idea.
You want approval?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Chad, seconded by Jody to purchase 30 hydrant markers at $792.22. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
You want to tell them wonderful news about sign?
Oh, I was just gonna bring signs up.
We got them and they look phenomenal.
I have a
Good.
question. Did we approve green?
Yes. It was white.
Are these First Street, Second Street, they're black and white?
Yeah. They don't look very nice. They're not easy to
I
see.
thought we
So-
approved the same as what it was.
No,
Yeah, I did too.
no, it was green and white.
No,
I know
we
we
said green was
approved green.
better.
I know we approved green
Yeah,
and white.
we talked about visibility and all decided that green was better, and since the county uses green for all their signs and everything was similar
Okay.
around all the stuff.
Are these signs replacing everything then?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
and so Braden and Mike are gonna work to try to get Broadway done for sure.
Yep.
And then we also talked that if there's time, we would like to put signs up on the parade route.
Oh.
To start with those two locations, so when we have people in town for Farm and City Days, that section of town with the parade route, they're really nice bright signs. So that's. the hope.
Perfect.
Was it green signs with
The white
white?
writing.
Think the green will fade?
No, that's all that high visibility stuff. It's the same signs they put out in the streets out in the county.
Nice.
I just had a wild brainstorm.
Oh,
We should auction off the old sign streets.
We,
to make
actually,
money
Braden
for
and I were discussing that
Farm
this
and City
morning.
Days.
Yep.
We talked about getting all the signs and then potentially, if somebody from town grew up on that street and wants to purchase
Auction
that
off the
sign.
Farm
we
and
would-
City Days.
I don't think we're gonna have enough of them at that time, but we talked about, selling them back
That's
to.
how you make money.
Yep, yep.
There's a lot, you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, talked about it.
Are you gonna have a bidding war?
There you
You better
go.
just put them on eBay or something.
Okay, what is that gas, 300?
Yeah, it's just under 300, it's like 297
For-
or something like
It's
that.
for small engines, no ethanol. It's well worth it.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yep.
I was just-
Is that right up here?
I use it all the time. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I don't-
Especially fixing weed whips.
So that's under $500.
Yeah, I don't think that needs to be approved.
No.
Are the crosswalks gonna be done before next weekend?
Yep.
That always looks so nice
It
to have them
does.
freshly painted.
Mhm.
But we couldn't do them last year because they were doing the chip seal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pretty sure we'll have those done next week sometime, I think.
Okay, great.
you guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
It looks great, I think.
Yeah. Everything is coming together. Any other questions for Braden?
I don't,
No?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Lauren, seconded by Chad to approve the street and water reports. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Braden.
Thanks for all your hard work.
Good
You
job.
got it.
That's what you're here for, right?
All right.
All right, unfinished business. I see you got some logo design guidelines.
Yeah, so basically, since we didn't have enough before for Farm and City Days, I know I spoke with the mayor and said, let's make the date to select the night to unite instead. So the only changes are that now the entries are due by July 29th at noon, and then they will be voted on at the National Night to Unite celebration. So I could need a motion to approve those updated terms.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
It was a tie. Motion by
Give it to
Chad.
Jody. Or give it to,
Jason.
Jason.
Motion by Chad, seconded by Jason to approve the logo design guidelines and contest rules. Any other discussion?
this ought to be fun.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Lifeguard update?
Oh, you missed one.
I did.
Number 1 under new business.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had it picked off already.
Well, too bad. We gotta go back.
Appoint council member as a delegate to the Minnesota Valley Council of Governments General Assembly.
Yep, so I serve as a member, and then they also want one of you guys to serve as a member, and I know you're gonna ask me when the meetings are, so I'm trying to figure that out right now.
I went out to their website, and don't they do somewhat the same thing as League of Minnesota Cities? What's the difference?
They are more, no, League of Minnesota Cities will tell you where to go. These guys will actually help you do this stuff, so.
Isn't this who we approved to help us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Any
They do
volunteers?
A lot of stuff.
most of the meetings are in the afternoons.
Mankato too, right?
Yep, most of them are Mankato area, so, yeah. I don't have an exact date, but the last meeting I think was at 6 PM on a
That was May 21st
Tuesday
or
or
something.
something like that.
So
So,
monthly or quarter?
I think they're quarterly.
Quarterly? That's not so
Well, I would like somebody to speak up, but all else fails, if no one does it, I can probably do it. But I'd rather have you guys have first shot at it.
bad.
I
First shot.
kind of got a lot on my plate, so.
When do you have to know?
Well, they
Can we
would
put it
like
up?
they would like to know.
Mm.
We can always, if somebody decides to do it and then it doesn't work out, we can always reappoint, so.
Put me down then. Because I'm in Mankato and see my hours change, so it'd probably be a little more conducive.
That'd be good.
Gets me out of the office for lunch.
We would
I would say I
probably,
could do it, but I already got 16 meetings a month.
Yeah.
we probably need to do a motion on that,
Please.
because that will be on the appointment schedule.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
I'll make a motion that Jason is the approved delegate of the Minnesota Valley Council of Governments.
Second.
Motion by Chad, seconded by Lauren. You have the language. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And now I can check it off. Now we can go to lifeguard update. Uh-oh, gee, that didn't sound good.
That never sounds good.
So Thursday night at 9:30, Sarah Jo got a text saying from the person that had agreed to do it that she had to take herself out, she couldn't complete the course, and she was sorry. And that was the end of it. So, we had to cancel the first section of lessons. Thankfully, the people who were there were very happy, and the majority of them moved to second or third thing. So, there is another class. I should have sent Sarah Jo in the first place. That was what I wanted to do in the first place, but we thought by pushing it off of city staff, it would be a good thing. It just didn't materialize. So there is another class coming up. Unfortunately, it's Farm City Days weekend, so we're trying to figure out how Sarah can get into that class and take care of that.
How
But
is that gonna work? It's not like she can instruct, right?
you don't have to instruct. You just have to have a water safety instructor.
Has to
So
be someone
in-
present.
So do we have enough to do the classes?
yeah, we will. We also talked to Wasika and a few other places, and there's other places that don't use the Red Cross's program. In those situations, you do not have to have a water safety instructor as identified by the Red Cross.
Okay.
So you can use a different company to do so. So we're working through all that to decide which is the best way to do that. The guy from Wasika told us that we're Red Cross program, they haven't done it forever. So they use a online certification program which certifies their water instructors and everything else, and then they use their curriculum to do all the stuff. And then we would not have to maintain that certification, which is probably better for a department like us, so.
So Sarah Jo wouldn't have to do it.
Well, she'll probably still take the in charge training, so we have somebody all the time that's in charge. So, yeah, she won't necessarily have to be there, but it would no longer prevent us from having to rely on somebody else to make sure that was open.
So is she the one that would have to do all the cards, passing cards, none of that?
Nope, all she has to be is the person on the sheet saying that it's no different than if,
Basically a supervisor.
yeah, it's just,
So it's not adding a bunch of time?
no, it won't be anything,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
No, I picture it as the lifeguards out there doing the training, and then at the end of the training, she looks over everything and says, yep, good to go, and they hand out stuff.
Okay.
So I don't see it being a time issue at all.
And
So,
you have confidence that the lifeguards we got can
Yeah.
do that?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. So that's just a little update on that. They don't need any action or anything. I just wanted to let you know. And so obviously with the concession stand, we just decided to forego the concession stand for this year.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
All right,
All right, good.
city administrators report.
you want to address Eleanor to see if she has
Yeah,
something?
did you sign in?
No,
You're just here?
I'm just here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I wanted to make sure we addressed you in case you wanted to say something, so.
Yeah, make sure you sign in,
Okay,
okay?
You don't need to worry about it, Eleanor. I got you down on the list.
I'm okay with you, Tom.
You're good.
He picks on me a lot.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for. He's picking on me. all the time.
Okay.
All right, so, had a pretty busy couple weeks. We completed filing our community drink water report, which is required by the 1st of July. Per ABDO, because of the problems we've been having with the care center audit, we've requested an extension on our audit from the state. So now we have until, I believe, the 15th of August to file that. Worked with the care center board on AHI regarding the care center administrator. I spent some time on some pending litigation for the city. Attended the League of Minnesota Cities conference, and I just kind of wanted to share a few things there just to kind of give you an idea of some of our problems that we have as a community of our size.
He told me that we were not gonna be happy.
Yeah, so I forewent to a few things that I wanted to go to because there were a few things on recruitment and retention. And since that's something that we struggle with, particularly on the police department, more than anywhere else, I thought those were important things for us to address because I think that's gonna be a challenge in the upcoming months. So according to the League of Minnesota Cities, right now in the nation, there are 2 open jobs for every 1 person that's looking for employment. In the state of Minnesota, it's 3 jobs for every 1 person that's looking for employment.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
They
had a panel of bigger cities, I'm talking like 20,000, 40, 50,000 cities. And they're really struggling to hire people because these private firms are paying top dollar with retention bonuses and signing bonuses. And as you know, as a government agency, we can't use taxpayer dollars to
Bonus.
make a bonus for something. So they basically said that if you're not paying market value, you're not going to be competitive in the job market. And if you want to be competitive on a government side to compete with the private sector, you need to be paying above market value. So,
Well, that just reinforces the idea that we gotta get this pay equity under control.
and that's where I was kind of going with that. We need to figure out A, if we are under market, which I think we are, B, how far or what is it going to take to get us within that
Plan.
range? And then number 3 is to figure out how do we get to that point and how many years does it take to get to that point, or do we just say we have to make some changes in the way that we do some things to retain people that we need to have in certain roles.
Yeah.
So everybody's dealing with the same problem. Most of the police department guys are saying they're getting an average of 5 to 10 applications per position when they used to get 150 to 300.
Whoa.
It's just,
Yeah,
there's
but look, I
nothing.
mean, they're leaving faster than
Yeah.
I just
go
don't
join the
understand.
private sector.
Baker Tilly, who does the other half, like, so David Drown and Baker Tilly basically do the majority of the executive searches in the state of Minnesota. And she was speaking and said within the last month, they had recruited a city administrator for a larger metro area community. And she was in Wisconsin working in the private sector. And she called them back and said, I'm withdrawing from the process because my employer's offered me $45,000 to stay.
Oh, my gosh.
So they're seeing it at the top level executive positions. They're just not,
It's everywhere.
How do you compete with that?
you can't.
Well, it's an employee's market. They can
Yeah.
name their price, and that's
Yeah.
unfortunate for.
So there are communities that are doing a lot of creative things, like they're having, Friday days where they are grilling with the employees and using some wellness dollars to buy some stuff and, to let the employees have an hour to grill and socialize and just try to keep the, stuff going on. And
Sure.
Now, the wellness dollars comes from the insurance, correct?
Yep, Yep, and as
The
long as
health
there's,
insurance.
as long as there's a wellness component to that. So the cities say that they'll buy steaks for everybody, and as long as they have a speaker to talk about something wellness related, it qualifies as a wellness expense.
Okay.
So,
We want to make that known that it's not taxpayer money.
no, it's funded by the
The
wellness
health
money,
insurance, yeah.
So,
That's a pretty good program,
Yeah.
actually.
and then the other thing that I wanted to just discuss, is the St. Olaf Lake Park, vandalism that we had. I want to thank the council for allowing us to grab those security cameras.
Time.
We have all 5 suspects with beautiful pictures and have identified every single one of them, and Josh has interviewed all but one of the people, including the one who he hasn't been able to interview is the one we believe was the one that actually did it, and he's refusing to call back. So, all that stuff has been sent to the county attorney's office for charging, along with the brilliant photos and videos that we have of the damages that were done.
Perfect.
So that, I think we spent, just a shade under $600 for all of those, and I would say this one incident is probably the value in all of that. So,
Are they can I ask, are they minor?
they're all within like the 16 to 20s range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then one that.
So some will be adult.
Yeah, and we did actually add 2 additional cameras out at St. Olaf Lake where we thought we didn't have enough
Sure.
stuff. So I actually we ordered 4 additional cameras, and so 2 are going out there, and then there'll be an additional 2 at Legion Field. And then, we haven't got the one installed at the park yet because we took the DVR that was out there so that we could download stuff for evidence, and we put the one from the park back out at the Legion Field, so.
I don't know if I mentioned at the last council meeting, I caught some kids on top of the porta potties,
No,
walking on it.
yeah, we're struggling with where to place the
them.
cameras out there, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
I don't know if I have.
Would it work if you put them on the old Legion? Would it go that far?
Possibly, if I was gonna talk to Jeff to see if he'd allow us to do that.
I bet he would.
Yeah, it's gonna prevent.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna say, Tony, that, talking about jobs, the school district's looking for a science teacher. In southern Minnesota, there are either 75 or 95, I don't remember now, science openings, and school districts cannot find a science teacher. Isn't that crazy?
No.
What are
I
they
mean, that's-
living on?
The last thing I have for you, like I told you, as a role employee recognition into these meetings, just so that people in our community can see how awesome our employees are and how long they've been around, so. Tanya from the ambulance and Tom Gislason have employee anniversaries for July. So, and I don't know why I did not put down how many years they are, but Tom is close to 30?
30, and I think Tanya is 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
So. Outside of that, if you don't have any questions for me, or if you do have questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them.
Oh, I had a question, no, I can't remember.
Otherwise, I am here all week.
Sarah Jones gone.
Yep.
The rest of the week.
Yeah.
So
Otherwise,
he's Tony Sarah.
Tony, Sarah,
This weekend, yep.
Yep.
So, if you don't have anything else, I don't have anything else.
move to adjourn.
Second.
I
What,
don't
are you
even know-
speechless
I
or
don't
what?
think I am speechless. Motion by Lauren, seconded by Chad to adjourn. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting adjourned, carried, meeting adjourned at 7:15 PM.